Welcome back, everyone, to Coach Speak. I'm Joe Higgins. Alongside me is Coach Rusty Richards of the Nelsonville-York football team. Coach, 10-7 over Columbus Academy. There's a big team out there, pretty good speed as well. D1 talent, a few of those as well.
Place, yes.
On paper, you were the underdog. How did you guys get it done?
Just teamwork, man. They probably had the best 3 or 4 players out there. We're looking at college-wise now.
Yeah. Not
really say they are the best players, but they have the intangibles. The 6'4", 190, the 6'5", 260. The kid going to Ohio State. But, we just got tough kids. We might not be the biggest all the time. But, again, these guys just keep working together. And it's just every week, man, it's somebody different that just sort of comes out of nowhere and plays one heck of a game. And, this week it was Noah Arnold. I mean, who would have thought? He led us in tackles. I mean, he was everywhere on defense. And, week before that it was 150-pound Holden Hodson. So it's just guys that, somebody's just stepped up their game each week, and that's just what good teams do.
Yeah. The start of the game was kind of a push and pull. Not really either team getting a lot of ground on what you were trying to do, but Walker Stone gets that first interception. You guys got down to the goal line there, didn't punch it in, but had a good defensive stop there on the ensuing one when you went for it. And then that resulted in good field position for you guys. Cam Sullivan hits Alec Thompson on a couple plays, and then the one for the score. Take us through that sequence of events. Was that where you started feeling like you were getting a little momentum when you get that scoring drive?
Yeah, we did. We got down there the first time when we got shut out there. I saw something. I started to go get a timeout, and I didn't. I should have ran down and got that timeout on the first one. But like you said, then we get a defensive stop, which was huge because we get the ball right around the 50-yard line. We get a couple runs. Austin picks up a big 4th and 2, and probably shouldn't have. He pushed right through. Both those guys were bigger than him, but he was determined he was going to get that extra yard, and good thing he did. And then, we just saw something on 1st and 10 there that, hey, we got to take a chance here. We're barely getting these yards. They got a good D-line. Let's take a shot with Alec down the middle of the field. And, he ran a heck of a route. He twisted the guy like a top, and Cam didn't throw a perfect ball, but he threw it where it was catchable. And like I told him, you just put those balls in the area code, and Alec will go get them. And then, Grant kicked it through, and, great series. But again, a lot of that was, like you said, just kept the shift with the drive before we didn't score. We still, we moved the ball, and we put them down with their backs up against the goal line.
Yeah.
So
you take a 7-0 lead into the break. What was the halftime message?
Just keep fighting, man. Keep fighting with this. It's going to be a long game. They're going to make their plays. And, just keep doing what we're doing. And I don't think we let them inside like the 35-yard line, other than obviously the touchdown pass. But, it's great defensive performance. And our offense, I think we end up with 254 yards, 55, something like that. But, when you hold a team like them that I think was like 203 is what we had it at, it was very impressive with all that talent they had on their offensive side of the football.
So after the break, Columbus Academy, they even it up when the receiver got behind your defensive backs there. We know now that Thompson did a terrific play of punching that ball out right before it got to the goal line, but they ruled that it was a touchdown. Did that play affect the team morale or your play calling going forward after that?
No, it was first off, Alec, I think he was sitting on one of those short routes. He let him get a step on him. Great pass by their quarterback. And Alec made a fantastic play, like you said, ended up hindsight. High school officials, they put 2 back behind the quarterback when they added a official there however many years ago. I think they should have put him in the secondary and put him 25 yards downfield. So sometimes they're not always in the best places to make those calls. So it's hard to question sometimes. But no, I think we got the ball back, got on to 20, and I'm like, we need to do something. So we very first play, we hit Alec on a 15, 16-yard little throwback slant off of our play. Again, off play action. I throw it when I was like, we got to start throwing it when they don't think we're going to throw it.
Yeah.
So we threw it on first down. Walker got 9 yards. Austin got, that's what I showed the kids in film here. I said, guys, we stepped up 4 different kids. Alec catches a 15-yard pass. Walker goes for 9. Austin goes for 22, something like that. And then Dakota goes for 17 right up the middle, and we're on the 20-yard line.
Right.
And then Austin goes for 10 again. And then, again, stout defense, hey, they held us out.
Right.
And we just put it in Grant's hands to kick it. I looked at Coach Oz and said, 3, right? Get the points. He went, yes.
Well, we'll get back to that in just a second here. Because I want to stay on that third quarter drive.
Yes, that was
those
team.
chunks. everybody contributed.
Yes.
And you mentioned the players too, but the offensive line really started getting their pushes.
Yes.
Did that come out of that necessity, or did they finally find something on the defense that they felt they can get advantage of?
I think earlier in the game, things just come so easy the last, I don't know, probably 6-7 weeks or whatever. And, maybe we just got little lackadaisical on our blocking, 1,001, 1,002. Oh, Austin's bias. So I think a little bit of that is, we met a pretty good match, and we hadn't met anything like that for several weeks, probably since Waterford up front, And so, guys, we didn't do anything different other than I tried to mix up my play calling a little bit better with not being, try to be a little bit more aggressive, taking some shots here and there when they didn't think we would. But basically, we just ran the same plays, just guys, just block to the whistle.
Yeah.
So challenge our linemen to block to the whistle, and they did a much better job about the third series on throughout the game. So, and then I think they got a little tired too. I think our guys, they got a little tired. 74 where we started to block him a little bit easier. Number 9 was out. That was another big thing. I think he was tired. He took himself out for 3 or 4 plays, but man, it was the wrong plays. So when we ran right where he wasn't for those 3 plays in a row. So that was a little bit of the.
That was huge. I think the energy in the stadium changed as well when they started seeing big chunk play, another big chunk play. Oh, now we're set up. You're converting those first downs there. You weren't able to convert the touchdown as you got inside, as you mentioned, stout defense there. So you line up sophomore Grant Elliott for this 20-yard field goal. He hadn't made one all year, Coach. I don't know if you remember that.
He's on 0 for 1.
So 0 for 1, but he hadn't hit one. What a time to make the first one.
Yes.
What went into that decision? You say you asked Coach 3. It was a no-brainer?
Yeah, I just said, hey, you're 3, right? And he said yes. Well, he's out here kicking. He's been getting better in practice every week. And again, that's not the same as kicking in that game.
Sure.
But I wasn't told until after the game. Said, boy, he put that thing right down the pipe. He said, I'm glad you didn't ask me because he's about 0 for 15 from that spot in pregame. So I didn't ask him. Hey, they didn't tell me. And I know what I've been seeing in practice every day. I mean, I know what I've seen Grant play basketball. He wants the ball in his hands at the end of the game. He's wanted it since he's been a little kid. So, you know what? If you want the ball, you want the ball, no matter what sport it is. So you can see a lot in other sports when you go watch these kids play, and he don't get nervous. So you got to be willing to take that shot, or in this situation, take the kick. He didn't look at me and go,
Right.
I said, go put it through right now. And he probably kicked that ball better than he has all year. That was good from probably 45.
Nailed it.
Oh, yeah, he had plenty of distance.
Did that affect your level of confidence on that play? Did you think about going for the 4th or anything along those lines?
No, not really. I was like, I just hate to get another drive down here, and we needed a solid 3.5. I'm like, let's kick it. I got faith in him. He's been coming out 15 minutes before practice for probably the last month.
Yeah.
Before anybody else, him and Coach Dean, they do a good job. And they figured out whatever we had wrong, his steps. And, I just always tell him, I'm not a kicking coach, but hey, if that leg goes up through the middle, we got a chance. You're plant footing that, keep your head down, and there's a chance. So I don't know all those little steps on that. I was the holder. I can do the holding. So I leave the kicking to Coach Dean. And again, like I said, he's a gamer, man. So I was like, I just know he wants the ball in his hands. He's not. There's no anything too big for him, in this level. So I had confidence. He had confidence. If he'd have told me or looked like he'd seen a ghost, I might have called a timeout and dialed up a play action pass. But never doubted he'd make it. And if he didn't, we just played defense. That's what we hang our hat on anyway. So
he's never going to forget that. He's never going to forget his first going through there.
That was a big one, big first.
Throughout the game, you could see spurts of gang tackling, little plays here or there where you had multiple players bringing down their players. It started to really ramp up, I thought, in that second half as well. Talk about the gang tackling, what I always call the plethora of players getting tackles that you guys were able to put on for this game.
Yeah, we've been stressing all week, the last couple weeks, and especially this week. The Gabe Davis, number 7, going to Northwestern. He's a player. He's 6'4", 190. Yeah, he's not little. So, guys, we have to gang tackle him. And, couple times we got him down, but you look down there, there's Brandon Hanley. Never missed him once. We missed some tackles on him, but Brandon's down there. You can tell he's a wrestler. He got that one ankle, and he ain't letting go.
Yes,
now, he might not have pulled him down, but he was not going anywhere else. And here come Dakota, or here come Loge, or whoever. But he wasn't going to miss him. Holden Hodson come up, boom, took him right down. Those wrestlers, they know how to just, hey, go hit him in the knees, take that leg, They can't go nowhere without their legs.
Right.
So, but I thought, yes, like you said, I thought we did a great job, and I never ever really felt like they was going to score. I mean, other than just that one deep ball, I never really felt threatened. You know, and just like they got a couple dinks and dunks, but that's what you just got to bend but don't break against those good offenses.
Tri-County Career Center helps students build real skills for real careers. High school juniors and seniors can jumpstart their futures with hands-on training in healthcare, construction, media, and more. Visit tricounty.cc today.
My name's Loge, and I'm owner of Pidcock Glass in Nelsonville, Ohio. If your home is in need of 1, 2, or even up to 12 vinyl replacement windows, Pidcock Glass can help. Please call Pidcock Glass at 740-753-4527.
So the viewers are going to murder me if I don't ask your thoughts on the hit Caleb Layton put on the quarterback there. I made the off-air joke, and it's okay now that we're on it. He separated his soul, and then it came back. So fortunately, but what a shot.
I seen a good one on Facebook. Somebody just said, wow, Caleb Layton just knocked him out of his shoes. And he might have, I asked the referee as soon as it happened, I said, hey, sir, can I go over and check on him to show some sportsmanship? Because I honestly did not know. Sure he was going to get up, let alone come back in the game.
He bounced right back up,
He's got to be a tough kid. I mean, he laid there for about a minute, and he was back into play later. So hats off to that kid for being able to take a shot.
Agreed.
And came back and threw a strike on 4th and 4. So, but yeah, that's one of the hardest football hits I've seen in high school football live. And I've seen about 4 or 5 different angles, and none of them disappoint on film. So yeah, glad he's okay. But I was sort of worried when he first got hit, and I made my way over about 3/4, and he got up. So I just didn't want him to think I was running on the field or something. So with the referee, but yeah, Caleb plays fast, and he, like I said, he's not trying to hurt people. But when you get 6'3", 215 moving, and it hits with something's got to give. And that night it was the quarterback.
Force equals mass times acceleration. Let's take it to the final, or next to final play. Walker Stone gets that interception in the end zone. You talked about it in our post-game interview with Andy Hudnall about you felt like they were going to get a little greedy, and he could pounce off that. Well, he goes up and reads it perfect, snatches it out of there, kind of a reverse Moss.
Yes.
He was underneath it, but still pulled it in. Take us through that play, your thoughts of it when you saw it happen.
Yeah, he's on our sidelines for that quarter, so hey, so I give him, even when they caught the pass, you could hear some grumblings like, no, hey, you're good. They're going to come deep. They're going to go deep. Just keep the ball in front, because at that point in time, I'm sort of thinking, all right, if they get down here, they got a pretty good kicker. Let's see if they can make a 30, 40-yarder, and if that's the case, that's fine. We'll go to overtime. But we didn't want to get beat 14-10, so they did back-to-back short passes on Walker's side. They threw one pass back to Alec's side. They come right back with a double move. He didn't. He just kept backpedaling. He went up and high-pointed it, and wasn't sure if he needed to bring it out of the end zone at that time, but at least he got it back out to the 17. And we probably could have took a knee, but I just wanted to run at least one play. I didn't want to get down to where we had to punt. And, Austin got the first down. But, yeah, Walker's been solid all year. The first interception, we've been working on a certain coverage where he sort of sits. And, I mean, he played it perfectly.
Yes,
he was right in where he was supposed to be. Quarterback threw the ball, broke on it. But Walker's had a fantastic year for us. I mean, he's ended up getting rewarded with all league, all district. And, and also he does some great things for us on offense. But, yeah, what a night. Everybody's going to remember and, go up and knock off a private school. I mean, great facilities up there.
Yeah, it was.
3 D1 players, and I'm not so sure number 9 wasn't the best player on their team, but he's 6'2", 205, so evidently he's not big enough to play D1, so he's probably getting overlooked, but he's a heck of a football player himself, the quarterback. I mean, they had talent everywhere. And,
it's a big win, Coach.
It's a big monster win. So, yeah, we're underdogs again this week. So, hey, we'll take that. And
before we go there,
these kids don't,
in that post-game interview with Andy, you got a little choked up there.
Yeah.
What were the emotions you were feeling at that
point? It's great. I think the biggest thing with this, through my years coaching 20 plus, been fortunate to be on some good teams with Coach Ferris over there. We've been to the finals. Second year here, we went to the Final Four. So I'm just happy for the kids. And then as it goes, you get a little older. Mom and Dad's still with us. They're up there. So we started thinking the fight. So I'm like, you know what? These guys drove all the way up here. We definitely made that Boston Field North. Our crowd said, guys, I didn't even give them a post game talk. Go hug your parents. Go tell everybody thank you. So when I ran into Mom, that was pretty tough. So Yeah, this stuff don't come around every year. So, but
Yeah.
like I said, with the kids, the way these kids worked, I'm just happy for them. I mean, these kids put their mind to it 2 years ago when they were sophomores and juniors. Austin got the air. I mean, what is he, 5'6", 170 pounds, like a little rock. But I mean, he's earned everything he's got. You know, same with all of our linemen, and these guys just bought in. So to see all that come to this and these kids get rewarded. I mean, they've earned everything that we've got. I mean, trust me, it's sweat, tears. I mean, blood, bumps, bruises, I mean, we've had broken bones, we've had torn ACLs, you name it. So the Grady Carlsons who's come out worked, and then he missed the whole season. You know, Keegan Tomshaw last year. I mean, he's not getting to play like he wants to this year, but he's still here every practice every day. He's still playing about 70% when we do put him in. So he would be playing a lot more.
It's going to be
you know what I mean. So this is back-to-back years. So like with him, so you feel for these kids that put all this work in, and just to see the smiles on their face, the parents. I mean, you know, our little community. It's very special. You know, the bonfire started last week. I mean, we had a heck of a crowd here last Wednesday night. I'm sure we'll have a big one Thursday.
Yep.
We've been packing up the gym sports bar every Monday night. I mean, they're loving us. Come down. We're going back tonight. I mean, it's just been a special ride, and these ones are fun, man. So you just got to sit back and enjoy the moment, and that's why I tell them every week, go have fun.
Yeah.
This stuff don't come around, but this is what you dreamed of when you was a third grader. Hey, when we're up there, we're going to do this. Well, it don't always work out.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I've been on all kinds of different teams in between 10-0, 3-7. I've been on all of them. So when this comes around, you just got to sit back and keep working hard and smile and just like, hey, enjoy the moment, because might not get another one like this.
But you do have another one this week.
Yep.
You have another one this week. Another chance to have some fun out there. Another chance to be the underdog and take on Wheelersburg in the regional championship. What's the film showing on them first?
Oh, they're good. I mean, it's your typical Berg team. They're fast, quick on defense. They'll hit you. Offensively, they're a lot like us, but they just do it out in different formations. But they got some playmakers on the outside. They got a nice little quarterback can run. They got tough running backs, but they're a little bigger than us up front on the offensive line. They got a couple 6'6", 310, 305s. But hey, we're used to seeing that. You know, we got a couple big guys ourselves, but. It's your typical Berg team. You know, when you get this far, regional finals, there's not going to be an easy game.
No.
So, you know, hopefully it's not easy for them also. You know, we're both 12-0. I'm sure they believe in themselves. Our kids believe. I mean, hopefully we're the big underdogs, so we'll just go in there with that chip on our shoulder like we've had for the last 4 weeks, and hey, let's go prove everybody wrong.
Okay. There's some history between the programs. Does that factor into anything with your talk or your strategy this week?
You know, maybe I'm sure some of our crowd. I mean, we've got Zach Odenthal. He would have played against this team. Mm-hmm. He would have played back-to-back years, as a matter of fact. Because I think we played him in 97, beat him in 97, and lost to him in 98. So, you know, the Gal Boys would have played against him in 94. We played him back in the state championship in 81.
Yep.
So, and then I coached against them in 16. So they beat us down there 35-6 or something like that. I don't know, 34-6. I can't remember what it was, but so yeah, maybe we get some revenge factor. We've got revenge on a lot of other people. Even Columbus Academy. Last time I think the only time we faced Academy was in 2006, maybe when Jay Edwards, Barry Lewis. Yeah. You know, those guys all would have been seniors. The Barber boy. So you know, I would have coached against that team when I was at Trimble, but yeah, I think Columbus Academy come down here and beat them on the home field. So hey, we got the last time two times we saw Berg, they beat us. So I think we're 2-3 against them. So hey, maybe we can even it up and keep the revenge tour going. So, but again, I'm sure a lot of the crowd they aren't probably big fans of Wheelersburg, but they've been up here. They've been up here, played on our field. We've hosted their coaches, class act, Coach Woodard. So you know, nice people. I played one of their coaches. I played AAU basketball with back in the early '90s. But again, it's all fun and but yeah, we can sort of use that revenge factor for our school.
So I'll wrap it up with kind of how we have been for week after week. 1-0 for a 13th time. What has to go right to make that happen?
Hey, we've been winning the turnover margin, and I think that's been a big factor in our success these past 3 weeks in these big games against Athens Union Local. So obviously we come out. You know, we're 25-point underdogs according to the computer, for whatever that means. Hey, I'm just glad the kids don't pay no attention to it. So but again, so for us to do that, obviously you got to come out with some win a turnover battle. And we got to be able to grind it out and, you know, slow down their run and make them pass the ball. You know, our secondary's held up pretty good all year, and they just are no-fly zone, and they just got to do it one more time. So it's all those same little factors. gang tackle, like you said, a plethora of tacklers, and minimize, whatever it is. If it's 3 yards, it's 3 yards. You can't turn it 3-yard tackle, miss the tackle, and be 20 or maybe 60. But again, hey, our backs are against the wall, but these kids believe, and they still want to be here, like I said. So as long as we keep doing that with that mentality, we want to be here, we got a chance to go 1-0. I don't care who we're playing. And to get a chance, you got to be in the game, and we're there. So,
that's right.
But like I did tell the kids even before we played last week, let's go win this one, and next week we're bringing home a trophy. Whether it's gold or silver, that's on us. But you know what? We're bringing home some hardware.
That's
so
true.
You bring home hardware in this sport, Final 8, you had a pretty darn good year.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So, folks, Hamilton Township is the site of the new Boston Field North.
Yes, that's where we're
week.
moving it. Columbus, yep.
Friday at 7 o'clock, Wheelersburg versus Nelsonville-York in the regional championship. Pack the stands, be there. If you can't make it up there for any reason, we'll have coverage for you on the Nelsonville Media Company. Coach, thanks for joining us in Coach Speak once again. Best of luck on Friday.
Yep, pulling out at 3:45. Anybody wants to line the highway.
There you go. Be there.
Go Bucks.
For over 50 years, locally owned C&J Tax and Financial Services in Nelsonville has been serving the community with hometown care.
We are locally owned. Our focus is on service, and we treat you like family.
Has your provider network changed? Are you new to Medicare? Have questions? We have answers. Remember, our meeting together is free of charge. The insurance company pays me, not you.
Give David Loge a call today, 753-3376.